Today's news features the best and worst of WWE SmackDown. Cody Rhodes lost to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania XL inevitable. Roman Reigns playing backstage politics to keep his title. Jade Cargill's introduction on SmackDown overlooked. Bobby Lashley takes the blame for his teammates. WWE star desperate 7 days before WrestleMania XL. Roman Reigns blames Jey Uso for his gray hair, and much more. But let's start with the best and worst of SmackDown. The current episode of WWE SmackDown began with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton against Pretty Deadly, but they lost thanks to Logan Paul's intervention. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne of New Catch Republic then qualified to participate in next week's six-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team title. Let's go in and look at the finest and worst moments from SmackDown a week before WrestleMania 40. Worst: the Judgment Day T-split. Last week, Dominic Mysterio interfered with his father's match against Santos Escobar. This was about a year after the father-son duo left off following WrestleMania 39. They competed under distinct labels, but tensions rose anytime they crossed paths. Dom seemed to have started his own business and was interacting with LDO on offers. Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and JD McDonough were spotted backstage on SmackDown discussing the situation, which included concerns regarding Dominic Mysterio. The young star calmed them down before holding his chest and proclaiming the need to see a medical professional. Damian Priest went on to say that WrestleMania would belong to the Judgment Day. It makes sense for Santos Escobar to contact someone who understands Rey Mysterio's talents and shortcomings. Dominic Mysterio's exit from the Judgment Day will undoubtedly have an impact on Ripley, with the tag team champs going their separate ways. The two-year-old faction has had a successful run, teasing a breakup several times in 2023, but pulling through each time. Best moment: Paul Heyman makes a daring statement on SmackDown. Everyone remembers The Rock's onslaught on Cody Rhodes leading up to WrestleMania 40. Some fans questioned if he acted alone or after consulting with Roman Reigns. On the most recent edition of the Blue Brand, Paul Heyman detailed the incident, claiming that it was ordered by the tribal chief. It is unusual territory for The Rock to name himself the final boss and connect with the Bloodline's objective, given his tendency to do things his own way without influence. Despite this, Roman Reigns should be careful of the Great One. Although it might be a trick, with the 51-year-old following instructions, leading to a potential ambush at the show's shows, especially since the stakes are high for Roman Reigns. Furthermore, Jimmy Uso announced that Solo Sikoa would fight Jey Uso next week, prior to their match at WrestleMania 40. Worst moment: LA Knight's expected attack on AJ Styles. The conflict between AJ Styles and LA Knight has lately intensified. From a sneak attack to Knight's imprisonment, the rivalry generated excitement, but some of it was lost along the way. Nick Aldis barred LA Knight from SmackDown this week as Styles had requested for his own safety. The Phenomenal One appeared paranoid as he discussed the occurrence from the previous week. He questioned the cameraman's identity before a man in a black hoodie jumped the barricade and was let out by security. Styles was not convinced about Knight's absence from the show, and he was correct. LA Knight disguised himself as a member of the crew sitting ringside before revealing his true character and attacked Styles. The section was anticipated, as everyone who knows the 41-year-old's dislike for the former Universal Champion is aware he will not let it go easily. Best: Jade Cargill stuns in her official SmackDown debut. After a long wait, Jade Cargill makes her official WWE SmackDown debut. The 31-year-old stunned the wrestling world with her flawless debut. Cargill acknowledged the WWE Women's Division before highlighting her position at the top. She even gave a preview of what fans might expect from her in-ring ability. Bianca Belair defeated Dakota Kai in the main event, resulting in an ambush attack by Damage Control. Naomi tried to help but met the same fate, allowing Jade Cargill to go out and attack the three members. Although it appeared that Jade Cargill fumbled when she slapped Kairi Sane with her signature move, a pump-handle faceplant known as Jaded, the WWE star subsequently claimed it was simply a slick move she performed on purpose to make a message. Bobby Lashley turns heel. Bobby Lashley was enraged following the recent episode of WWE SmackDown. The Almighty watched from behind as the Street Profits were defeated, shattering their WrestleMania ambitions. The final teams for the undisputed tag title six-pack challenge at WrestleMania were announced in the most recent edition of the Blue Brand. In one of the matches, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller defeated the Street Profits to secure their tickets to the show's shows. Karrion Kross supplied a critical distraction, allowing Waller and Theory to prevail. Bobby Lashley responded to the Street Profits' loss in a SmackDown exclusive. Bobby Lashley discussed how he tried to do the right thing and be a kind person. However, things weren't going well for him and his team as the Street Profits suffered another loss on Friday night due to Karrion Kross. I tried to be a kind guy. I tried to suppress the rage I had for so many years. Tried to smile and do what everyone desired. Kross was correct in one respect, which I can confirm. I strived to please too many people. I was over here shaking people's hands because I didn't like who I was a few years ago. It was starting to frighten me. It was starting to terrify me. The kind of person I was, the anger I felt inside. To be honest, that was the darkest period of my professional wrestling career, the former WWE champion admitted. He went on to say that he disappointed Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford and crushed their WrestleMania dreams. Bobby Lashley concluded the interview by teasing a heel turn after stating that he was going back to his old self. I was supposed to be the one to help them reclaim those titles and return back to the top. Instead, I tried to do the right thing. Allow me to tell you one thing. It'll be a different me, and it all starts with you, Cross. When I meet you in AOP again, the old me will return. I am destroying you as well as everyone else who stands in my way. I was the champion for a reason. Bobby Lashley continued, I'm going to get back to being the person I was before, whether you like it or not. Bobby Lashley was a top heel in WWE not too long ago. He began his alliance with the Street Profits as a heel, but the trio quickly became baby faces when they were forced into a competition with the Final Testament. Next up, WWE star asks heartbreaking question days before WrestleMania 40. The WWE superstar appears upset over not getting a match at WrestleMania XL. Bronson Reed urgently wants to appear on the WrestleMania XL card. The Showcase of the Immortals has been active for 39 years and is now one of the world's largest events. Many people, like Reed, dream of being a part of the show's shows. With WrestleMania XL just days away, Big Bronson Reed still does not have a match at the mega event. He turned to X/Twitter and tweeted, "Where is my WrestleMania match? It will be intriguing to see if the Australian star secures a spot at the show of shows this year." Next up, Overlook detail during Jade Cargill's SmackDown debut. Former WWE manager Dutch Mantell recently remarked about Jade Cargill's spectacular debut on SmackDown this week. SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis to the arena to present the WWE Universe to the Blue Brand's latest edition. He introduced Cargill and handed her a contract, which she signed. After becoming a member of the SmackDown roster, the 31-year-old star climbed on the microphone and gave a promo. While speaking in an exclusive interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk podcast, wrestling veteran Dutch Mantell said that it was a terrific interview session to introduce the freshly signed star. The veteran pointed out that Jade seemed like a heel throughout the promo, putting the entire locker room on notice. "It didn't blow me away. She said everything she had to say. She came off as a heel, I believe. But other than that, it was basic, to the point, decent introduction for her," Dutch Mantell added. "Yeah, her entrance was good and it accomplished what they intended it to accomplish. It didn't blow anybody away they would expect it would do that. It was just a basic interview, so she introduced herself. No harm done, she moved on. That's all I can say." Jade Cargill demonstrated her power during the closing portion of this week's SmackDown when Damage Control was pounding down Bianca Belair and Naomi. The former AEW TBS champion came to the ring and attacked the members of the heel group. It will be intriguing to see how Jade Cargill evolves on SmackDown in the following weeks. Next up, Roman Reigns blames Jey Uso for his gray hair. WWE superstar Roman Reigns had an incredible answer to a fan who mentioned that he has gray hair. Reigns has held the Universal Championship for nearly 4 years at this time. The Tribal Chief added the WWE Championship to his arsenal at WrestleMania 38 in 2022, defeating Brock Lesnar. He's the most powerful figure in WWE now. A TikTok user recently pointed out that Roman Reigns had gray facial hair. Reigns spotted the comment and decided to answer with a short movie. He blamed Jey Uso and Sami Zayn for his gray hair. He also stated that he tried to give them an inch, but they took a mile. Reigns then stated that he was kissed by the sun and concluded his video by adding that his gray hair reflects his experience. Cody Rhodes will lose to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania XL. Former WWE star Alpha Inoue Jr. does not believe Cody Rhodes has a chance of defeating his cousin Roman Reigns at WrestleMania XL. Alpha Inoue Jr. wrestled as Manu on the WWE main roster in 2008 and 2009. The 39-year-old was a part of the Legacy faction with Rhodes before being booted out. In an interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling senior editor Bill Apter, Alpha Inoue Jr. predicted that Reigns would retain his undisputed WWE Universal Championship on April 7. He also mentioned how Rhodes' expression "finish the story" does not always make sense in the wrestling industry. "Are stories ever finished? This is professional wrestling," Alpha Inoue Jr. explained. "They keep going. I mean, if we could look back on anyone's story, The Rock and Ric Flair are still writing their stories. We compose stories for as long as we live. To be honest, I don't think Cody stands a chance. I don't think he has a chance." On April 6, The Rock and Roman Reigns will fight Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins on the first night of WrestleMania XL. The next night, Rhodes will challenge Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship for the second consecutive WrestleMania. If The Rock and Reigns win their tag team battle, Bloodline members will compete in the title contest the following day. If they lose, the Bloodline will be barred from ringside for the Reigns-Rhodes match. Regardless of the outcome of the tag team battle, Alpha Inoue Jr. believes Roman Reigns will retain versus Cody Rhodes. "I believe he is outmatched, outclassed, and outleveled. Yes, he is a star, but we are discussing various levels right now. We're talking Rock levels, Roman levels, and some of the best of all time. Cody has the potential to be at one day, and I am not taking that away from him, but he isn't there yet. In the same interview, Alpha Anoa'i Jr. was asked if he might represent the Bloodline at WrestleMania XL. How would you book Cody Rhodes? Please let us know in the comments section. Roman Reigns playing backstage politics to keep his title. Former WWE employee Tommy Carlucci says Roman Reigns is pushing for a surprising ending to defeat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania XL. After winning the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match, the American Nightmare will face the Bloodline's leader for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship in the main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania XL. Since Rhodes was unable to dethrone the Tribal Chief at the show's shows last year, many fans predict he will conclude the drama in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this year. During a recent episode of the Behind the Turnbuckle podcast, wrestling veteran Jonathan Coachman wondered if Reigns was campaigning for keeping his title until he surpassed Hulk Hogan's record championship reign of 1,474 days. His co-host, Carlucci, stated that he believes the Tribal Chief is doing so. The captain of the Bloodline recently reached 1,300 days as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Do you believe Roman Reigns is lobbying for this in some way, shape, or form, so that he can call himself the greatest heavyweight champion or WWE champion of all time? I'm going to respond quickly, hell yeah, because is the ego, coach. By the way, he'd like to go unbeaten in September so that he can knock out the all-time champion, Bruno Sammartino. So coach, egos are enormous, and he makes it clear when he cuts promos. So if hell yes, he would love to extend it, Tommy Carlucci stated. It will be intriguing to see what happens during the Head of the Table versus the American Nightmare match. Roman Reigns will do double tasks at WWE WrestleMania XL. Before facing Cody Rhodes on Night 2 of WrestleMania XL, Roman Reigns and the American Nightmare will compete in a big tag team battle on Night 1. The 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match victor will team up with World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins to face the Tribal Chief and The Rock. If Rhodes and Rollins win their tag team bout on Night 1, the Bloodline will not interfere in the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match on Night 2. However, if Cody and Seth lose, the American Nightmare will face Reigns using Bloodline rules. During the most recent episode of Raw, The Rock mercilessly pummeled Rhodes, leaving him busted open at the end of the broadcast. On this week's episode of SmackDown, Paul Heyman revealed that the final boss was acting under orders from Reigns. The Tribal Chief and the Brahma Bull have been announced for the upcoming Monday Night Raw edition. It would be interesting to see how the American Nightmare responds to the attack.